Welcome back to Virginia This Morning. This segment is sponsored by RSVPHere.com.
After sending the invitation, the next step is to wait for the RSVP. Responding can be easier for your friends, family, and guests thanks to RSVPHere.com. Casey Burke Bunn joins us this morning. Good to see you back again.
Thank you. It's good to see you.
This is so exciting that you started this business right here in Richmond, and it is taking off. Before we get into all the different things you do, I want to try to separate you from Evite and where the differences are. Okay, can you start with that?
Sure.
Okay.
That's a common question, Bill. So I'll talk about a few different differences. Really, our site doesn't have any ads on the guest page. So although we have lots of local advertisers, they're advertising to our hosts. So when you set up a special RSVP page and your guests are coming, there's not a bunch of advertisement on the site. So they can focus on what's really important, which is the event and the information.
And there's a good example there. Not a single ad on there.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, so that's one big difference.
So that's one difference.
Okay.
Another difference is really that we're supersized as far as the information you can provide your guests. So if you need to attach or send links, blog information back and forth or through the gallery, you can do that. If you have additional information you need to collect, because sometimes you need extra contact information or menu options, wine choices, you can collect that information too. So that's a big difference. You can also correspond after the event. So carry the event on. After the event, did you meet someone you want to talk to again? Or is it a family event where you just want to post pictures of what happened?
Kind of like a social page. Basically.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Almost like a Facebook, but specific for
that
events.
Event, yeah. Now, what about the quote-unquote old-fashioned people who want to send a paper invitation because it's so much more formal? Where do you come in on that?
Okay, so if you're sending out a hard copy invitation, when you create an RSVP page, it gives you an ID and password. So you can put that on your invitation or email it out. You have the choice. And when you put it on a hard copy invitation, your guests just use the ID and password on our homepage. They can log in and be directed right to the RSVP page that you've created for them.
So they can respond immediately.
Exactly.
Without having to wait and send it through the mail and everything.
Exactly.
If they want to do that, they can do that. But the advantage to responding immediately is now you're in the loop.
Well, or they could wait till last minute like people normally do, and then all they have to do is jump online and respond versus having the mail time, and
right.
It saves the expense as well, which is a good thing.
All right, let's talk about that. You started down this path a little bit about events being more interactive, and we're not just talking weddings. We're talking about family reunions and things like that. And before you even get to the event, if you use RSVP here, you can find out who's going to be there. You can correspond, find out what their family's going to be there, where they're staying, if everybody's not staying in one place, things like that, and get all these details.
That's exactly right. So we are encouraging people to create an experience out of RSVP because we all know if it's an experience, people might actually do it. So you could do things like ask, do you want pumpkin or pecan pie? Ask, take a poll on what time should the event start. Maybe you create a fun game where you're asking trivia questions like, okay, so name 2 things you've done differently since the last holiday season. Or if you could be anyone for a day, who would you be? And as the host, when everyone comes together, you play the game, guess who?
You're
so
set.
Exactly.
And we're almost out of time, but there's a spot even for a photo gallery afterwards and before.
Exactly.
All right. Great idea.
Thank
Start
you.
right here.
Thank you.
Congratulations. All right, it's event planning made simple at rsvphere.com. Visit online or give them a call at 888-955-RSVP.